We're here in the Grand Hall of the Flagler Museum in front of Henry Flagler himself. I'm here with David Carson, Public Affairs Director, and I understand, David, you're going to give us a private tour with some interesting facts about some of the greatest rooms in the museum.
Yes, let's do that. Let's take a tour, and every room has its own little story to it.
Before we do that though, real quick, you've been here for many years, and tell us a little bit about your history with the Flagler.
I started here in 2007, and here we are today. I'm still here. I find that even though I've been here a long time, every day I still see something new that I hadn't noticed before. So it's just a never-ending story here.
Beautiful. Well, he's going to give us some of the highlights.
Well, this is the drawing room. This is the room that Mary Lily Keenan Flagler would meet and greet and entertain female guests, visitors and friends. The room was designed specifically for the ladies, so it has a much more feminine look than any of the other rooms in the house. It's the only room that is finished with aluminum leaf as opposed to gold leaf. And Henry Flagler felt that the aluminum leaf had a softer finish to it, and so he thought this room would be best trimmed in this aluminum leaf. An interesting element is that the Art Case Model B Steinway grand piano has the same aluminum leaf finish as the walls. It was commissioned from Steinway specifically to fit into this room. The oak parquet flooring here in the drawing room has a motif in it which is known as the Greek key. If you look at that square spiral, the design is made purely from the color and the grain of the wood. So that's quite an intricate design in its own right. But as you move through the room, you'll see how it changes. So this is the formal dining room of Whitehall, and the dining table and chair set is original to the house. In fact, this piece, the dining room table and chairs, had disappeared for a number of years and had recently returned to the museum. So it's back in its original location. All of the ceilings in Whitehall look quite intricate. For example, this looks like carved wood with gold leaf trim. Now there's no wood up there at all. All the ceilings are molded plaster and then painted to look like wood. And the dining room fireplace is designed or carved with food-related items such as fruits and crabs, seafood, all sorts of food-related items in the carvings of the fireplace. The green rug here in the dining room is original to the room, and it was made specifically to fit in this room. The oak parquet flooring is recessed just a quarter inch, and it's the same size as the rug, so that the rug, the green woolen rug, unfolds and fits precisely into the recessed oak parquet flooring. The house went through three distinct phases in its life. Private home, 1902 until 1924. Then it was a club for 1 year. Then it operated as the Whitehall Hotel from 1925 to 1959, when Jean Flagler Matthews, Henry's granddaughter, bought it from the failing hotel, the Whitehall Hotel, and she founded the private non-profit organization that is the Henry Morrison Flagler Museum, founded in 1959, opened to the public in February 1960. This is the music room. The music room is designed in the Louis XIV style, and it's designed to emulate European opera houses of that period. It's the best example of the original lighting in the house. These are Baccarat crystal chandeliers imported from France. And at the far end of the music room, you'll see the Odell organ. The organ has 1,249 pipes behind the facade. It still works today. We play it every summertime on Sunday afternoons. So we're just entering the South Hall here at Whitehall. The ceiling of the South Hall is designed to emulate St. Mark's in Rome. This is the Whitehall courtyard. The fountain in the center emulates the same fountain in Boboli Gardens in Italy. So this is the Flagler Keenan Pavilion, and this was built specifically to house and protect Henry Flagler's private rail car number 91.
Driving my car, going away. Here's another road, another bridge. Oh, going on.
So this is rail car number 91, Henry Flagler's private rail car. It was built in 1886 by the Jackson and Sharp Company. And it was one of at least three private rail cars that Henry Flagler owned. And in fact, this rail car was part of the very first train to arrive in Key West after the completion of the Oversea Railroad. Henry Flagler rode this train down to Key West on January the 22nd, 1912. And 10,000 people came out to welcome him. He really changed their lives down in the Keys on completion of the Oversea Railroad. He spent 7 years building 156 miles of track from Miami to Key West.
We're going to wrap it up where it all began, right here in Henry Flagler's rail car. Thank you again so much to everyone at the Flagler, including, of course, David and John, who gave us this fabulous private tour. We'll see you again next time for more Passport to the Palm Beaches.